over here, and we're in part 2 of this interview, Unfiltered with Cara Jones, Unlimited LLC podcast with comedian Marvin Dixon. And we have been on his page for the first part of the interview, and now we are here on my EMCEE page on Instagram in my live story. Thank you for joining us. I have closed my page today so that those who were not paying attention will have to wait for it to go to the various platforms. But comedian Marvin Dixon was just sharing with me about the many comedy stage, what would you call them, competitions, right?
Yeah.
That he's won all over the country. And, you know, I was looking at your bio, sir, and I saw here at the top something that I really, really love, the Funk Fest. Woo, the Funk Fest tour. So I wanted to ask you, I've been waiting since you sent me this bio. I'm like, we're going to talk about the Funk Fest. Okay. I go. So which Funk Fest cities have you performed on or in?
I hosted the entire tour in 2015. I think it was 2015. It was 15. I believe it was 15. I got to look at my paperwork to see. It was,
okay.
I did, that year was Atlanta, Charlotte, North Carolina, Tampa, Florida, Orlando, Florida. It was Miami, Augusta, Georgia, and I'm missing the city. I'm missing the city. I'm missing the city. Snap, I'm missing the city.
What?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville. Did you guys then go through Tennessee?
That year I did it, Tennessee wasn't on the tour. Tennessee was the next year.
Okay.
I didn't do it. I did the 1 year, and I did something that I didn't know. I was the only comedian host that they ever had that survived. Like you hosting outdoors when you got uppers from 5 to 7 to 10,000 people. It is hard to capture their attention.
Yeah.
It is very hard to capture their attention. So really you gotta seduce them. You really gotta seduce them. You can't run up on them. You can't just say, okay, I'm finna get them. I know you gotta seduce them. And once you get them, then you take your time, and they'll listen to everything you say once you get them on your side.
Once you get them, right?
Get them, and I got them, and it was like, because I initially just was supposed to do, I think one day in Miami. That was the only one I was supposed to do, and I did so well. And a friend of mine, he's a promoter. He told the other promoter, "Hey man, y'all should use him for the whole tour." So all the years, y'all never had nobody command the crowd like that. And then they asked me, and I did the next city, and the next city, and next city. And then it got to the point I was doing so well, and it was so funny. One of the cities I got there, I was hosting, and you know, you've been to the Funk Fest. It's a long day. A long day. So I'm on stage, I'm killing. And it was a radio jock was telling the promoter, "Hey man, I got this girl, a homegirl of mine. She's a comedian. Y'all should let her go up and let her go up and bring on one of the acts," which I didn't mind.
Okay.
Trying to get a little rest anyway. I was tired between the acts. And then he said, "Hey," he asked me, "Do you mind if she go up?" I said, "I don't care, y'all. I'll bring her up." They say, "Yeah." Then I heard the radio jock tell the promoter, "Yeah, man, once you see her, you might want to have her to host the rest of the tour. You might not want Marvin." So I didn't say, because I don't care nothing about that. He's supposed to pump up and promote his girl.
Right.
I brought her on stage. When I say 5,000 people, I don't know who at the same time.
What happened?
I say, I don't know what happened, but at about 2-minute point on home stage, it seemed like all 5,000 people came together to boo her off stage.
No.
They started.
No, they didn't.
Woo, they start booing.
Wait a minute. We just talked about this. People don't be booing.
Yes, they do.
They booed her off the stage. Are you serious?
That's an understatement.
Oh my God, that's horrible. That is so embarrassing. I can't imagine.
Yeah, they booed us so bad it was ridiculous. I'm talking about. Woo.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you? Oh my. What did she do? Just get off?
That's all you can do.
But did she skip? Did she run? How did she do that? I mean,
yes. Thank you all, and then just got off the stage, and I went on stage. And now, when people just got through booing, you got to be real clever. And I never come and get booed. I always pass them when I get the mic and say, "Hey, man, don't take this personal, because I have to address the elephant in the room. I can't just let you get booed and walk." So I just told everybody, I said, "Hey, man, y'all give it up anyway." So they clap. So I just say, "Can y'all do me a favor?" Yeah, I say, "I want to dedicate this part of my show to a good friend of mine, you know, that's not with us no more. Can you bow your head? I want to do it." It was quiet. The whole park was quiet. 5,000 people. Everybody bowed their head. I said, "Oh, ain't nobody died. But the way she got booed, y'all need some prayer for her." Everybody just bust out laughing at the same time. So, hey, I just said what came to my head.
Wow. I see somebody here asking a question. Who is this? Wait.
Go ahead. You can see it.
You see it? It says is the show for June still on at the Diana Casino?
Oh, at Dania.
Have you heard? Okay, they wrote Diana.
It's Dania Beach. So far it is. You know, it's June the 20th, which is a ways off. So I have a residency at a casino that I do monthly. And I have a casino showroom residency that I do monthly where I bring other comedians in town.
Wait a minute. Where is this at? In Florida?
South Florida, yes. Dania Beach.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, it's between Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Dania Beach sits in the middle of both.
Oh, I'm going to have to come. I want to come.
June the 20th.
So tell me a little bit about that show. Can you tell me a little more about it?
Oh yeah, the show is it's the thing that I'm doing, because I do different themes. It's gonna be a Mardi Gras. It's gonna be a Mardi Gras thing.
Okay.
I got a Mardi Gras band that's from New Orleans, you know, open up the show, and then I bring on comics. Like I always say, certain comedy clubs and venues, they bring the most popular comedians in the country, but I bring the funniest comedians in the country. And sometimes I say I bring the funniest comedians in the country. And sometimes it's a difference between the popular and the funny. So yeah, that's what I do. I always bring 3 comedians to perform.
I like that. So is that the first show that you have booked right now after this post-quarantine stuff?
Yeah, because I had to cancel my March show. I had to cancel my April show and the May. So hey, you know, it is what it is. Can't do no. And I want this to hurry up and get over, because even venues can't maximize whatever. If they try to do, remember, just imagine selling a seat and you got to skip 3 seats and another seat, skip 3 seats. That's a couple together, then it's 3 seats or 4 seats between them to the next couple. You know, it's kind of hard to do something like that.
Well, you know, it's not going to work. And the thing is, people aren't going to buy tickets like that. Because the whole point of going to a show, you know, when you think about going to a show, you think about the performer, the entertainer, right? But you think about being, you know, in that room, the ambience in the room. Who want to be up in a venue, and every other seat, every 10 seats?
Yeah.
That's no good. It is what it is, but it's no good for the venue owners, right? Management, the workers there, the tips ain't gonna be on. They're not gonna get the food purchases that they would normally get. The bar is gonna be slack, everything. So they might as well just wait till we can go out. I know today I was watching after Lester Holt, because, you know, we watch Lester Holt
Right.
at 5:30, right? We're going to watch him from 5:30 to 6. If we don't do nothing else, we're going to do that. But then the local news came on, and they showed the Alabama governor, Governor Kay Ivey, and she was saying, I believe as of this Friday, 50%. Some of these, you know, restaurants and eateries, places like that, she's lifting the quarantine on them. And, you know, but you can only be at 50% capacity. So.
At restaurants.
Restaurants. But she still didn't open up these hair shops and nail salons, you know. Well, you know, when they open up, that you could do a whole show on the beauty shop and the nail salon.
Well, it's kind of easier to do them because you can do appointments. You're doing appointments. So you can do that. You can just space, all you got to do is space your appointments and space the chairs. Because usually hairstylists are 6 feet from each other, usually. And you just, all you got to do is, hey, your appointment at 1, the next one at 3.
Yeah.
Barbers, you know, barbers can cut in 30-minute increments. And to give them time, just in case it run over, go to 45-minute increments. So they can be done. But with us, with entertainers, it's, you know, we're at and we don't have nobody to bail us out. Nobody to bail us out. You know, hell, we catching some hell. Now, entertainers, you know, somebody like Kevin Hart,
I agree.
They can sit for 2 years without working, and they good.
Right.
They're good.
But you
90 days, I got to get out there.
Exactly.
Because, you know, we still have mortgages, car notes, utilities. We still got bills. Bills don't stop. Yeah, they can pause them, but they come and see you on the back end. You still got to pay them.
Absolutely.
That's why we need to do like Canada.
How's that?
Canada, their citizen, 16 and up, not even 18, 16 and up. No, 18 and up, I'm wrong, they're 18 and up. 18 and up. They're getting $2,000 a month every month until this subsides, at least for the next 6 months. They don't get $2,000 a month. They started getting theirs a couple of months ago. They was getting theirs before we got ours. $2,000 a month. No utilities, no light bill, no gas bill, no water bill, no cable, no utilities. And once it ends, whenever this ends, I'm just gonna throw a date out. Let's say June 1st, everything open back up. You start back over from the beginning. You don't, Canada don't come say, hey, you owe us $400 past due stuff. No, forget that. Because the government say our stimulus will pay your past bills.
Whoa. So you mean to tell me, for all of us who thought the $1,200 stimulus, 2020 Corona stimulus was a big deal, Canada is giving $2,000 every month to every individual 18 and up, and their utilities bills are on halt, so the quarantines are lifted.
And your mortgage.
And your mortgage.
You can pull it up. Your mortgage, your rent, and once everything starts back, you just start back like after June 1st to June the 30th, bam, you pay your bill for June. You don't go back. Don't worry about May. Don't worry about April. Because they're going to take care, the government taking care of that. If your landlord, you owe your landlord 4 months of rent, the government already paid them. They paid your landlord. If you owe your mortgage company 4 months, they paid that. And one credit card, the Chase credit card, if you got a Chase credit card, Canada, they wipe that out. Let's say you got $4,000 in debt on your card, they wipe that out so you can use that.
They erase the balance?
Yes. That's what Canada does. That's what you think about. They get free health care. And free healthcare goes with everything as far as cosmetic surgery. It goes towards everything. They got free stuff. The U.S., what $1,200 gonna do? Really, $1,200.
What does this say? I hear what you're saying, but brother from the darkness says, but you won't be around to pay your bill.
I'm around to pay my bills. I'm not telling him it's right to open up. I'm telling him I understand why people do what they do. See, when someone like work from home, come on now, yo maintain a living, they stop. You can maintain your bills because you're getting the same amount of money. You work from home, you open your laptop, you sit in front of your house.
Right.
Entertainers, I mean the comedians, the people that got bands, you know, musicians, poets, that's they totality of their living. They're not making it like that. And you just gotta sit there. You can be patient all you want, but like they tell you, most people are 2 paychecks away from poverty.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we're talking about 70% of the United States, 70-some% is 2 paychecks away from. And that's what I'm saying. And I've been watching DJs go live, spinning with their cash. Hey, I love that. You know, they doing their thing and they just asking for a donation because that's how them brothers or sisters pay their bills.
Right.
I've seen other DJs, the bigger name ones, like get on people for doing that to pay their bills. I'll be like, hold on now. You sitting on a few million. That person is not sitting on a few million. That person might make 3, 4, 5, maybe 1,000, 1,500, let's say 2,000 every time they spend. And everything just came to a halt. And they got kids to take care of, child support, or whatever, and they got bills. I mean, like, you telling them they shouldn't pay, but I don't see you writing them no check to help them with their situation.
Right.
I always say, do what you can while you can, as long as it's legal. You're doing something legal, I don't care nothing about. But I see comedians doing stand-up on live by themselves. I'll be like, hey, I can't do it as hard for me because I need the intimacy of an audience. But I don't know. I done donated to brothers. I just, you know, shoot them $10, $5. I've done that to help them out. You know, if 1,000 people did that, that brother can make a decent living. If you send a few dollars, that can help out. But
well, you know what?
Yes.
I've seen this week alone on my Facebook, where I have thousands of followers, I have seen cosmetologists, men and women, saying, you know, if y'all want to bless me with $2 or more, here's my cash app. Okay. I have seen here on the Instagram, there is one restaurant nightclub in Vegas that has started a GoFundMe. So people are doing what they have to do. You know, what's interesting is I heard on our news, I think it was during Lester's broadcast, that first wave, you know, of those stimulus checks that were going out to businesses, if you didn't get in the first wave, guess when the next wave is? This summer.
Yeah.
It could be as far out as this summer. And these smaller businesses, along with the bigger businesses,
didn't get
nothing. Have already laid off people already.
Let me tell you something.
They are struggling right now. How they gonna make it to June?
My name is Marvin Dixon, but for one time in my life, I wish my name was Ruth Chris.
The steakhouse.
Ruth Chris got 20 million.
Yeah.
20 million. And I think they just gave it back last week because how people was getting on them. And how you all they made 100 and something million in 2019. 100 and something million, but you need $20 million to do that. I wish my first name was Ruth and my last name was Bruce.
Yes, I hear you, boo. I hear you.
And you got people that got clothing stores, people that have little small businesses, automotive shops, body shops. They can't open up. That's how they feed their family, and they didn't get nothing. Hell, I'm an independent business. I'm an independent business. My name is registered as a business, but hell, hey, I swear I filled out everything I had to fill out. Took my time, didn't miss a box, ain't missed nothing. Crossed every T, dotted every I, and I ain't got nothing. They sent me we apologize. Maybe we can get to you the next time. Maybe. And what about
How long ago did you apply?
The first day they said it.
As a business?
Yes. It's under my,
wow.
You have to give me your tax ID. You got to give them everything.
Everything, right. There was one person I saw on Lester's show. She said that she tried to get in to apply for 4 hours straight. And then she finally was able to submit her application, but she was denied.
Mine went through, but I know I wish my name was Ruth Chris, but I found out. I think they must thought I was Whitney Houston, because when I check my account, I have nothing. I mean, like nothing when I looked in there. I said, boy, look at here. They send you an email that, hey, basically in black terms, my bad. We couldn't get to.
My bad.
My bad.
Whoa. Well, I'm sorry.
We might do another one in June or July. They said June or July. They may do another. But Ruth Chris got 20 million. Another, what about the one guy who they gave him a government grant, a check for $50 million, and his business ain't been open in 2 years. They went bankrupt. He filed for bankruptcy in 2 years and he got one employee for 2 years. And that's him by himself, one employee. He got a grant for $50 million. That
was a fluke.
No. That's what they sent him. He got a government contract to make some masks. But his his company doesn't make masks. They don't even make them.
But he can subcontract somebody who can.
No, listen. But you got to put all that in consideration. This company has been non-active for over 2 years.
He got the award.
He has no employees. And then you give him a check for $50 million.
Marvin Dixon, listen to what you just said. He was awarded AWARDED, a government contract.
Yes.
Based on, this is based because I used to submit those proposals with another professional business consulting firm I had. When you submit those proposals responding to whatever the RFI or, the request RFP that they put out there, right? If you can build your case and put the right knowledge, skills, capabilities, and history in there and partnerships in there, you just might get it. So he was awarded. Yes, he may be a one-man show that has not, as you said, been inactive or not done any business in the past year. But like I said, he can go and subcontract.
No. I understand that. But when you own a business, I can't see Mike's Automotive and Body Shop that never made a mask in their life get $50 million because Mike said, I got to hook up on some masks. Ain't nowhere to at least get a company that do masks. An engineer firm that can create masks. This guy had a company that don't do nothing. But guess what? Like when they say follow the money, why is his company somewhere right in Virginia, right outside D.C.? Now watch they gonna follow the money, and somebody when all this over, see right now their attention is somewhere else. But when all this over, they get to auditing certain people. Watch what's gonna happen. Cause so far he ain't sent no mask yet. As of now, today I could have got more masks. I could have went in the hood. I know ladies.
I got friends right here in Montgomery just making masks and sending them everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? They could sew them.
Yep.
So somebody's sewing masks right now. I can call her up. Look, I got a big order for you. She's going to say, how many, Marvin? Need $1 million.
$1 million.
I need $1 million. Now, how much material you need? That's all I'm going to say. And he had no experience, never done that. His company has nothing, no affiliation with masks. Engineering company or nothing, and he did that. So how can you do that? You can't go to a mom and pop store that got a restaurant and say, well, I can get y'all $1 million masks. Give me $50 million.
Right. But you know what, Marvin? Do you remember the name of that company?
No, I have to research it. I'm going to text
When you figure it out, I was going to say, when you figure it out, I want you to text that to me. You know why? Because we want to follow that. This person is saying, who is this brother from the darkness? The first 500 billion went to big business, and then they put their hands in the cookie jar and tried to take some of the 310 billion set aside for PPP. And I said, try, because they got caught.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree.
I bet he got 50. I bet out of that 310 billion, he got 50.
Right.
He got 50 million. Let me tell you something. Remember when the market crashed, the housing market, and they had to bail out, use all them billions of dollars to bail out the car companies, the banks. Do you realize something? A mathematician who was a brother. Do you know he could have gave every American that's over 18, everybody in America, because I forget how many trillion they gave out then, but he could have gave everybody like $400 and something thousand over 18. Now, if you go for everybody that make under $500,000, if you go for everybody, you could have went up some more numbers. I think it was about the 500 and something thousand. But they won't do that. They will not give. They want to be rich and poor. I always say that, rich and poor. I'm gonna tell you why. If they gave you a check for 500,000, right? What's the first thing you would have did with that check? Where you to put that check? What you'd have did with it? You'd have deposited it in the bank. Everybody put 500,000 in the bank. Guess what? Bam! Now the banking industry back on point.
Right.
Next thing what they do? Buy a house.
Buy a car.
Now the real estate market back on point. Next thing, a car. Now the automotive back on point. You don't have to pay for your kids' school because they got their own check. Now, if they behind don't want to pay for their classes, that's on them. Your mama, look, you had 500,000, you got your check the same day I got mine. But
Marvin, you a mess.
I tell jokes for a living, but you give me a minute to sit there. I think I'll figure something out. I told a young lady one night, a white chick, it was doing an interview on a radio station, and she was saying, I was telling her, is you don't want your people, meaning her, we was just joking. She was talking about what black people do. I was telling her what white people do. I say, white people would not give us a chance, because we need very little bit to make it to a lot of bit. That's what I said. We take a little bit to make it a lot of bit. And she said, what you mean by that? I said, have you noticed I can go and get a car, maybe 20,000, 30,000, maybe a $40,000 loan for a car. Now, I don't care if I had a 500 beacon score on my credit. I can get that car with a loan. They'll give me that car. But if I ask for $30,000 for a loan to open a business, they'll refuse me. Right. Now, you'll give me a car to drive to your job, to work for you, but you won't give me 30 or 40,000 to open up my own business to work for myself.
Why do you think that is?
Because they know what we can do with little.
Right.
We can do a little. Slaves, remember when they ended slavery? They made all the slaves get off the slave, and guess what? What they had? Nothing. A slave ain't have nothing.
You see me backing up now.
A slave ain't have nothing. But go from there to now. Look at slave went out there and cut down some trees and built his own log cabin. Slave went out and found him some work. Hey, I can start my own stuff. I grow my own stuff. I can build my own things with nothing. Remember, they had nothing. 50 cents on them or something, $1 on them. They had nothing. So you mean to tell me you give anybody 30? Now somebody gonna mess it up. Don't get it wrong. Somebody will mess it up. But if you give a mature person 35,000, you know how much stuff you can open with that? You can open a small restaurant. You can open up a clothing store. You can open up a shoe store, a salon, a barbershop. There are so many things that we can open up with that. But they'll be like, no, we don't want all y'all. We need some of y'all to get a car to come work for us. They don't want you to work for.
So,
yes.
Since you bring up the topic of entrepreneurship, which I really support, I'm big on that, as we near our close, because we are approaching the 10 o'clock hour now, Central Standard Time, so it's 11 where you are.
Right.
But since you brought up entrepreneurship, I just want to ask you, if you don't mind, sharing with the audience that we have here, as well as those that will view and listen to this podcast interview once I, post it.
Okay.
You as a comedian are an entrepreneur.
Right.
What advice as a entrepreneur comedian, successful comedian, can you give to those who are aspiring to get into your business? And if they are already in the business, how to make sure that they are dotting their I's and crossing their T's business-wise and managing their revenues and so forth? What advice can you give?
Read your paperwork thoroughly. Contracts, read them very thoroughly. And if you don't understand words, don't be a fool is who don't ask directions or ask for information. That's a dummy. A smart person will ask, what does this mean? How are they using this word? Because they can use a word a certain way. You think it's one way, but it can be a whole different way. I had a contract sent to me for these guys wanted to manage me. If I had signed that contract, it showed in that contract, they would have got almost 40% of anything I made. And the key was not the shows that they got for me, not any kind of movie deals they would have got for me. Anything pertaining to business, they would have got a part of. If I would have opened a restaurant, they get some of that. If I would have opened up a concrete spot, they get some of that. And they would have put in there, look, they said between here and the universe. I mean, damn, if I go to Mars, you gonna get a piece of that too? But I had someone to read it, and then what they did when I gave it back, we highlighted everything and what to take out.
Right.
We got it back. They changed the wording. Like instead of saying car, now they say automobile. Instead of saying house, now they saying residence. So they're using different words. And then the fool put some stuff in there. He put something in there in a Latin, like a Latin prefix, what it means. I don't speak Latin. Why would he put that word in? And he pulled it up and say, why did they put this in there? But I knew right then they were shysters. So what I did was, the contract was very long. So what I did is, I didn't change nothing. Know what I did? I added a page in the contract, redid the contract, gave it back to them. Because they saying this dummy ain't gonna read all this paperwork. He just gonna sign it. Because they giving me this money in advance. And I said to myself, these dummies think I ain't gonna read all that. So when I read everything, and I put in the contract that said, if you all don't have produced me any shows, movie deals, TV deals, anything within 90 days, I can get the contract. And they initialed the page and signed the contract. They didn't realize they did it. They sent it to their lawyers and said, the lawyer said, yeah, but you signed it. He said, we didn't even realize that. And he said, you should have sent it back to me to look at it again. And I said, yeah, y'all thought y'all was going to get me. But then they got them. I'm telling you, man, my mom ain't raised no fool. Like, why you keep, I always say, read your paperwork, one. Number two, be a leader. Be a leader. A lot of people follow and listen to others. Be your own leader. And that's what I learned to do, be your own leader. Because at the end of the day, if some trouble kick off, you the one that's going to be in it.
Right.
As long as if you a leader, don't follow nobody. If somebody tell you something crazy, it's crazy, don't do it. You see like rappers. Every time you turn around, you see brothers getting in trouble back to back to back to back. I tell them, man, listen. A no man with you. Y'all always got yes men. And yes man tell you, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. No, you gotta have somebody say no. No man, let's go home. You're gonna be successful, trust me. If you just do those things, read over your paper, don't do interviews, don't be late for flights, you will be all right. Trust me. Because it's gonna be a grind as long as you stay dedicated. And if you got a day job, don't quit it yet till you really start making it. Don't quit your day job yet till you really start making it. Trust me.
how about this? Should they have a mentor in the industry? Is that good or not in comedy?
You can, but always be aware that they want the same thing you want. They want, and a lot of times people say mentors, but what do mentors have you sign under them and they getting all your money?
Ooh, there is the key right there.
Yeah.
It goes back to that thing we were talking about reading everything, the fine print, every line, because a mentor should not necessarily be getting paid.
Right. And you know what?
A mentor, now a manager, a PR firm, that's different. But a mentor, you might give them something just to say thank you, but a contracted mentor, I don't know about that one. I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah, but a lot of them say, man, you need, because they figure you keep calling them for advice. So after a while, they say, well, you need to go ahead and just sign with me, man. I'll handle it for you.
You're not a manager, you're a mentor. It's a difference.
Now they've turned into a mentor/manager. Trust me, that's what happens. All the time.
You said what now?
It happens like that all the time in the record business.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's one of the hardest cutthroat industries there is, you know? That's like, ooh. You better have you an entertainment lawyer.
Hey,
you need you an entertainment lawyer.
Comedy is cutthroat too now. Don't get it twisted.
I know, but music is deadly.
You got a lot of brothers in comedy don't like to help others because they're afraid that's going to take their shine. And I always tell people, look at Jerry Seinfeld. Seinfeld was the successful sitcom of all time. Because you know he wasn't afraid to have himself surrounded with 3 comedians that was funnier than him.
Yep.
Whereas a lot of other brothers and sisters don't want that. Like, oh, no, I don't need nobody funnier than me. I need to have the most lines on the show. I need to have the most concept. I need to have the most this, the most that. Because they don't want you to take their shine.
But if I hear you correctly, I'll paraphrase. I hear you saying we should help each other when we can. It's okay to do that. We should be so confident in our work that we are willing to share with others. We should
help each other, not when you can, if you can.
If you can.
If you can, help them, because as long as you help others be successful, they'll always be successful.
Right.
Give them their first. I hate when somebody say you haven't done nothing. When jobs tell people that, like, hell, let me do it now. I know I haven't done it. That's why I want to do it. Help me do it now, because a lot of times you get more momentum from a person that never done it than you will from a person that did. Because a person that did, they have the attitude many times. Well, this is beneath me. I've been doing this 20 years for this company. We did it this way. Well, you ain't at that company no more. This is how they do it. Now, do you want to learn it the way they do? And that's what a lot of people don't like to do when it comes to entertainment. Man, help that young brother, help that sister out. A lot of young brothers and sisters will tell you, they'll call me on a regular, asking me about shows, asking me about promoters, asking me should they do this or should they do that. And I'll tell them yes or no. I'll tell them, be real with them. Yeah, man. Or I'll tell them how to better a joke, how to make something funny. I've told comics before. I had a comic one time opening for me. He started off blazing the stage, but then he lose them. And then I told him, I said, hey, man, you need to flip the order of your set. And the way you start, you close that way, you get a standing ovation.
There you go.
And he was getting them. He said, man, nobody never told me that. I said, because they didn't want you to kill in front of them.
Right.
I'm secure with my jokes so I can come behind you because I want to ride the wave. I don't want to come. I want
Absolutely. And you know what? That's what I like. That's what I like. I'm closing out because we're at a 1 hour mark. But you know, one thing I try to tell people is this. It don't hurt you to help nobody.
No, nothing.
It doesn't hurt any of us to share knowledge, to share truth, to share wisdom, right? It does not hurt. I believe that when you put out like that, God will bless you, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody, if you think about it, and you don't have to think too long, somebody helped you.
Yes.
We are, as they say, standing on the shoulders of who? All of them who came before us, right?
Yes.
So therefore, as we pass the baton, right? Even though we still in the game, that baton don't have to be, we passing a gig.
Right.
But we can pass truth. We can pass information. We can pass knowledge. Knowledge is power. Isn't that what they say? I have learned it to be true, and I just want to say thank you, 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 comedian Marvin Dixon. We're gonna do this again. I like working with you.
Yes, indeed.
We're gonna do this again, and I want you to remember what you told me. Send me that text message because I want to research that company. That's crazy right there. That's crazy. But I thank you, sir, for taking time out of your busy schedule to interview with Unfiltered with Cara Jones Unlimited LLC podcast, broadcasting to you virtually with you remotely, all the way from Birmingham, Alabama to Atlanta, Georgia.
Peace.
Anything you want to say to your fans or anything?
Yeah, y'all keep your head up. This thing gonna end sooner or later, and when they do, we gonna throw the biggest party and event we can ever think of. We gonna get out. I tell people, enjoy it. Stuff you used to do, stop doing it. I'm doing it. I told somebody, if Jehovah Witness come to my door right now, I'm letting them in. I'm gonna be so happy to see somebody. I'm letting them in.
Yeah, you a hot mess. And when is your show? Tell us about that casino show you have coming up. When is that?
It's June the 20th. The casino at Dania Beach. It's called 50 Shades of Comedy. The casino at Dania Beach. That's the title of my event. My stage show is called 50 Shades of Comedy. It's just going to be the Mardi Gras edition. So that's June the 20th. Come on out. Dania Beach, Florida, which is, if you're coming down, you're flying, Fort Lauderdale. It's right by Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right, sir. Well, we signing off, and we will be in touch. Thank you again, Mr. Funny Man. Keep them laughing. LOLLWOL. Peace.
Peace.
Okay, I just had a wonderful interview. That was comedian Marvin Dixon. He was in Atlanta, Georgia. We started out on his page, The Real Marvin Dixon. @ The Real Marvin Dixon. Go and follow him if you haven't already, so that you can stay abreast of what he is offering in terms of the field of comedy. Okay? And then we jump over here for the second part of the interview to my page, @CMHCCAP. I'll leave this up for a little while, but what I will do, as I do with all of my interviews, whether they be on here, on Anchor, or YouTube, I will download it and post it to all of my various platforms so that you have access to it again. I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you for following me. Share me with a friend. When you go to Spotify and you see my interviews, Unfiltered with CJU, Cara Jones Unlimited, tell a friend about it. Share it on your playlist. Share it to your story on Instagram. You can do that from Spotify, okay? Tell a friend, and I really appreciate all of you. Stay safe. Stay inside, quarantine, wear your mask when you go out, okay? And be safe. And as we say in mental health, as I am a clinical mental health counselor, be well. Thank you. God bless.